Now, less than a decade ago, I had clients that said, "Hey, Jared, I think we should do drone for our projects." And I said, "Look, drone is a fad. It is not going to last. Trust me, I've been in this industry for a long time. I know what I'm talking about, and it's not going to last." And we all know I was totally wrong with that. So here is the big question that's going on right now. First of all, what the freak camera and lens am I using right now? Yes, I know. I'm using the Canon R6 Mark II, and I'm vlogging on a 24-105 RF f4. This thing is actually pretty light, but can you vlog at 24 millimeters? I will tell you, apparently you can, because I'm doing it right now. Is it ideal? It's not horrible. The 15-35, the 14-35, definitely better options out there. Do I wish I had a gorilla pod or some kind of tripod mount? Yes, because my arm is out here, but hey, I just wanted to let you know what I'm using. Also, the Rode Video Mic Pro, right? I don't even know. The Rode Wireless Pro, that's what it's called. The Rode Wireless Pro is what I'm using. And I'm doing the float 32-bit float on here, just in case, you know, things happen. But for those of you that have been following me for any length of time, you know that this isn't my background. I'm on vacation, but I wanted to bring you along, and I had things on my mind. And I was reading the news this morning, and yes, AI is taking over. It is definitely out there. So one of the things that every single person's been talking about between ChatGPT and AI augmented reality is photography going to actually be around in a few years? Is it really useful at all? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I could be wrong, but don't be scared. I don't believe it's going to replace photographers because it cannot take moments. It doesn't know moments, and you're the one capturing moments. That's the biggest difference, is when it comes to photography, one of those moments right now is me on vacation. Multiple moments during the day of me taking photos with my GoPro, my iPhone, this camera, of my children, and capturing those moments. Now, AI cannot capture or know those moments. And when you look back at your albums, at your history, at your portfolio, you are going to remember those moments captured. And so are your clients, and so is your family. They're going to remember those moments, and they're going to be more meaningful than if AI just created an image based on you and then putting it inside of a scenario. That is the biggest reason why AI cannot replace a photographer, whether that photographer is a novice person with a cell phone or a professional with a nice camera. Both of them capture moments and that time in history that you just can't replace. Now, I think a really good example of AI and why it won't replace people is ChatGPT. Now, a lot of people are saying, Jared, isn't ChatGPT replacing people? Yes, it's replacing the wrong people, in the sense that it is replacing people that are replaceable. But ChatGPT and similar AI software needs the right people, the smart people, to operate it, to ask the right questions. The same thing is with photography and AI. You still need somebody that can compose the image, know the moment, be there, and capture what the client or the family member wants, in this case. And that is ChatGPT. So if people can't ask ChatGPT the right questions, then they're not going to get the right answers. If photographers don't know the right composition or what they're trying to tell in their story, well, then they're replaceable. You still need that, because AI isn't going to know how to tell that story appropriately with the images and the vision that you have. So you need a photographer that knows what they're doing with the composition and with those visions. So for the last few days, I've been capturing these moments the way I want. And maybe in the future, I can use AI software to manipulate things, make it look good. But when it comes to photography, you really can't replace the photographer. You need that composition, you need those images the way it needs to look from your imagination, not from somebody else's. That's pretty much saying you can replace video. Now, photos are just one little millisecond of time captured, and then for your imagination to remember it or to imagine what was going on in that time if you weren't there. Video actually tells a full story in sequence, and I do not believe that AI can replace that, at least at this point in history. So if you can't replace video, you definitely can't replace photography either. Now, to touch on video a little bit with AI, I will tell you that DaVinci Resolve does an amazing job using AI, and a lot of other photo software does. But for video, the fact that DaVinci Resolve can take multiple different languages, listen to it on the audio file and transcode it and use it as subtitles or in a transcript separately is amazing, especially if you do not understand the language. So I am in Mexico, you know, Spanish. So I do not speak Spanish. Hola, uno. So the fact that AI can transcode that is pretty good, and it's convenient for the future. That does help a lot. It doesn't replace a video, it helps fill and make that video better. Just like back in the day with photography, we did not have digital photography. We had a dark room, we didn't have light room. So everything was physically done when you had to actually alter those images and develop them. Whereas now it's all digital. I think it's just gonna get better. You still need amazing people to do that. How am I doing so far vlogging at 24 millimeters? This is crazy. I need to do more on this camera. It isn't that close, it's far enough. I do have long arms, by the way, but 24 to 105 f4. This is at f4, it's at 800 ISO. 1/50th shutter because I'm at 24 frames per second, and I'm in C-Log 3, grading it that way. I'm also using the KNF Concept ND variable filter. So yeah, that's helping me stick to that 1/80th shutter. It is approaching, well, it's 6:30 Eastern time, so it is getting a little bit darker, where I'm gonna adapt the ring right there and make it a little brighter. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, because these are my thoughts. I obviously have a horrible track record saying what's gonna stick and what isn't, because I said there's gonna be no drones in the future, it's just a fad. Boy, I'm glad I adopted it soon after I said that, because that honestly has been half my business, has been drones. So no complaints. But just like how I adopted drone for my business when I didn't want to, I'm going to have to adopt AI in any capacity that it comes forward with. And maybe, just maybe, you and I could be those people that ride that train in and just enjoy every bit of it, because it's a new outlet of creativity that we get to use, and new things that we get to see that maybe we wouldn't be able to see with our own, you know, non-AI hands. So I'm gonna try to get another video out before I go. You guys need to see the ocean here. This beach at this resort is probably the best one I've ever been to. I've been to Mexico 5 times, 3 times with my children, and this is probably the best beach in Mexico that we've ever been to. Just having a great time. So I think I'll have to shoot out another video, at least talking about that, and maybe the 24 to 105, do a few tests, have my wife actually hold the camera, so I'm not actually, you know, at arm's length here. But you let me know what you think about AI. Scary, cool, ready to just embrace it in any capacity that it comes. You let me know. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.